outrageous. The monies we collect will be resident and business user fees. That means it's their money. For us to solely limit the expenditure of this money handcuffs our users, in that they could not stipulate that the money be used to build a treatment facility at a later date. Township elected officials are the gatekeepers of the township. Though the township has no interest in building a water treatment facility at this time, we remain duty-bound to prevent a hostage situation for our constituents in the future. Deleting this language will keep city water rates in check when the city knows we can use our collections to build our own treatment facility. Common sense tells me I owe my constituents rate protection, not a Detroit Clint deal. Page 8, number 19, I marked that your number 4. And I'm going to address, this is addressed in...
Number 14.
14. Yes, excuse me, number 14. This is addressing both in the water contract and the MOU, the Memorandum of Understanding. The biggest thing I had a problem with was with respect to water charges to district customers that are not recoverable by standard collection method, bad debt, city and township will work together to collect such charges through lien and collection via property taxes. The language in both the agreement and the MOU is cumbersome and ambiguous. In my opinion, the language is not completely clear and could be misconstrued regarding who would hold the liens, and at no time should we allow the city to place liens on township incorporated land. An attorney general opinion states liens cannot be placed on properties where a tenant signed a lease agreement for which the tenant was responsible for the water bill. That would be trailer parks, apartment complexes, and whatnot. It concerns me that timelines are not listed in regards to how long a customer can receive water before they are cut off. When businesses close, the parcel is still charged pipe fees even though they no longer use water. And if so, what fund will pay for that if we cannot locate the property owner? That did happen with Chieftain. According to PA 178 of 1939, liens are void after 3 years. Since there is no way for us to know if all liens will be collectible, what funds would absorb those charges if we retain the language on how our 25% collections can solely be spent on? Right, Mark, you can see Exhibit 10 for that. Page 8, number 21, your number 15. Memorandum of Understanding. That attached hereto is a Memorandum of Understanding that is made part thereof. When hired to review this contract, Township Engineer Tom Newhoff stated, "The agreement is somewhat unusual in that the 11-page agreement is followed by a 7-page Memorandum of Understanding, MOU. In some cases, the MOU elaborates on statements in the agreement. In other cases, it changes the conditions of the agreement. It is my recommendation that these two documents be merged so that the conditions of the agreement is clearly stated and the agreement can be stated in a single document." The consensus of this board was that the MOU would be merged with the water agreement. To date, that has not happened. I cannot understand why some board members would agree to pay for Engineer Newhoff's opinion only to circumvent it, especially after Tom stated the agreement was somewhat unusual. That will be your Exhibit 6. This agreement, page 9, number 26, effective date, your number 16. This agreement is effective upon signing. However, Owosso Charter Township and the City of Owosso shall then form an operating connection between their respective existing water supplies, and Owosso Charter Township shall comply with DEQ rules and regulations for safely disconnecting their current well and pumping system. The city and township shall share the cost for connecting the two systems together. The township alone will be responsible for disconnecting their current water supply. Our water supply system in the industrial park is integral to Owosso Charter Township's tax base. Our negotiating committee has failed to provide the board with the cost to disconnect the township system, and I disagree with signing a blank check. During a previous discussion regarding our water tower, Supervisor Miller stated the city was interested in purchasing our water tower. According to the township's 2002 and 2003 engineered water project, the township would need an additional tower to boost fire suppression across the river and/or to the northeast portion of the township. And if you remember, that was in the area of Rich Simpson's house on Cleveland, or possibly off North End 52. During those talks, Gary Burke also stated the township would need a water tower to boost fire suppression beyond Wilkinson Road at North End 52. However, for some unknown reason, trustees Krakovic and Schultz, who are both involved with that project, now agree we need to sell the tower as well. They need to contact Tom Newhoff regarding that. In my opinion, we as a board do not have the right to sell our water tower without a vote of the people. Owosso Charter Township taxpayers own that water tower, not the board. Again, common sense tells me not to disconnect our water supply system in the industrial park without businesses having complete knowledge as to the exact water cost to them. Nor would I disconnect them without first obtaining a signed document from each property owner stating they want city water and are willing to pay for it no matter the cost. Obtaining such a document will serve to protect township land from annexation. If we disconnect our water tower, what provisions are there for those businesses that do not want city water or city rates? MOU. Outside the infrastructure, now we're going to the MOU